Warning: this video contains super awesome content not suitable for people who don't enjoy super awesomeness. Viewer discretion advised.
Serious question. What's better than bacon? Seriously, what is better than bacon?
I can't think of anything.
I am... Really? I am Bradley with Blue Cord, and I've had a rough past couple days, so I really wasn't in much mood to record anything. But this morning is pretty good. Susie made some bacon, as you saw, and that makes me pretty happy too. At least I had somewhat of an appetite this morning. So since the last video, I've had overwhelming support from people that have been following our YouTube channel. I've also shared this on my private Facebook page, and it is just incredible the amount of people that have taken the time to leave very positive comments for me, and I really appreciate that. And I got an order from Amazon yesterday, and I'm looking at this thing and I thought, okay, what did I order now that I kind of completely forgot about, especially this time of year with a lot of orders coming in for Christmas. And I opened it up, and this bottle, I was like, I don't remember ordering this. Jim, thank you very much for your very heartfelt gesture. Yes, this is a vitamin D supplement, and as you and my primary care doctor at the VA have already noted, I am exceptionally good at keeping the sun off me. So I wear my boonie hat, long sleeves, long pants. Yeah, I am really good at keeping the sun off me, and as such, I do have a vitamin D deficiency. But the VA has already got that covered. I'm already taking vitamin D supplements through the VA, so I'm going to talk to my primary care about this, but I'm already taking the recommended dosage based on my blood work. So again, Jim, thank you very much. I appreciate the gesture. Awesome. Anyway, there's a few things that we can talk about this morning, and one of those things, regarding the last video that I put up, it was the debate on new drone or new attachment. Well, kind of a little backstory here. I placed the order for the KJ520. I checked through my messages, and it was probably 3 months ago. Now, the dealer did not get that broom in specifically for me. They got a shipment, and several brooms were in it. And with the actuators being on back order, they didn't want to sell it to me without the actuator because I had ordered that. Well, the actual part number for the actuator that Ventrac uses, is on back order. But actuators are plentiful. They can be found. I asked for the specs on the actuators so I could put one on myself because I have a couple of them here. And who knows, maybe what I have would have actually fit. I don't know. I never did get the specs on it. And given the shall we say, circumstances of what I've been going through lately, I sent an email to the dealer and just asked them for their understanding in that right now I'm just not in the market for a new attachment. As cool as that new broom would be, let's say we would have a really rough winter with a lot of snow. I would have gotten some use out of that, and who knows, maybe eventually use that out on a job. But at this point right now, I have no idea what next year is even going to look like for me. So given how slow this year was and how run down I've been feeling, I just feel that getting a new attachment here in the shop is wonderful, but I don't see it. So Susie asked me to pick one or the other, the KJ520 or a new drone. Well, for those of you that don't know, I've been into radio control planes since I was walking. My dad has had radio control stuff in the house since he was into that before I was born. So I grew up, in fact, there are pictures. Check out this picture of me as a baby, very healthy apparently, sitting next to one of my dad's airplanes. I guess he just thought this was the coolest thing, you know, put his firstborn son next to this airplane that he just designed by himself and built. Now, he's an electromechanical and aerospace engineer. Those who have been following the channel for a while, you guys know that. But he's a pretty interesting guy. And so he naturally got me into this kind of stuff literally since the time I was able to walk. I loved airplanes. I loved radio control stuff. And back then in the 70s, you know, that was pretty antiquated compared to where the technology is today. So I had my license for the Academy of Model Aeronautics. In fact, I used my dad's old number, which, you know, back in the day, if you had an AMA license, you put that number literally on your RC planes. That way, if anything ever happened to it, you crashed it, you lost radio signal and it landed who knows where, somebody would find that and they'd have the number on there, and then they'd be able to know who the owner was. So maybe little over 20 years ago, I got my own AMA license, and my dad had since let his expire. So I was able to get his original number, which was really cool. And that way, some of the old airplanes we have with the AMA number on it, we didn't have to change them. We just keep them. And the AMA, I think their policy is that once they issue a number, they don't ever give it away to anybody else. So that's nice. So anyway, with the drone, I did order the DJI Mavic Pro 3 cinematic version, which has a couple really cool features on there that I really appreciated, as a built-in 1 terabyte hard drive, as opposed to just using the micro SD cards. So I think there's something to be said about that. It also comes with the smart controller, which is a LCD touch screen display, so you don't have to use your smart device and plug that in and hook it up to your controller. It's all integrated into the transmitter, which is really neat too. It has, I think it's a 15-kilometer range, and I've seen people test them out to, I think, 23 kilometers, which is pretty nice too. Top speed of about 50 miles an hour. So it's going to let me get some more dynamic shots, get some really great aerial views. I'm really excited about that. So frankly, I'm going to have a lot more fun with the drone than I would with the broom over this winter. I have a lot of great areas where I'm going to want to fly this thing, get some great aerial photography. And I did this years ago in Maine when we were still up there. I had bought, at the time, a very advanced drone, the Walkera Scout X4, and then I bought the X8 kit and integrated that by myself into the existing drone. So now it has 8 props instead of 4. Pretty cool design. I flew it a few times up there, got some great aerial shots, looking out from our property, you know, in Aroostook County out toward Mount Katahdin, which is the end of the Appalachian Trail to the north and the highest point in Maine, and one of the highest mountains in the entire Appalachians. So the Katahdin is a landmark out there in Maine. Kind of like Mount Fuji is in Japan, Mount Katahdin is to Maine. It's a big deal. So I got some great shots with that drone at that time. I'll put some of those clips here in the video. Just really a lot of fun. Again, it's not really so much about piloting skill, not like it was in the old days, you know, where you just literally, you know, took an airplane and put a receiver in there with some servos, and hopefully you built the plane okay and fly it around. And I have some good flying planes. In fact, I'll tell you what, let's go upstairs, and I have some of them up in the rafters. They're not all here, but I'll let you take a look at some of them. Okay, you can see a couple of them up in the rafters here. I have the wing assembly for my 1/5 scale P-51 Mustang, which I never finished. I started this thing, oh my goodness, well over 20 years ago. Never completed it. I got a good portion of it done, and then 9/11 happened, and then I spent a lot of time not at home and abroad. So this kit has been untouched since then. And I got some other pieces up here and fuselages, and I got some radio equipment and servos and batteries and stuff. Again, this stuff is over 20 years old, and that is a very long time ago in the electronics world. RC planes have come a really long way since then. So to compare the specs with the new drone compared to the one that I've had, which is a little over 7 years old, the flight time on the Walkera was about 15 minutes, which back then was very respectable. And the advanced camera and gimbal on there also were very impressive for their time. As a comparison, the Mavic Pro 3 has a flight time of 46 minutes, which I'm still blown away by that. And it has 2 cameras now built into the same housing. It has a 7x optical zoom camera, and it has a 5.1K Hasselblad camera, video camera, that's capable of shooting 4K 120 frames per second, which is pretty awesome too. That is going to create some really amazing and dynamic aerial images and videos, so I'm really excited about that. Man, you have a bunch of follow modes and orbit mode, and it is very customizable. And just the reviews that I've seen already, and the drone's only been out for about I think a little less than a month, have just been really amazing compared to the technology that I was used to years ago. So in the upcoming videos here very soon, we'll start getting some aerial photography with that thing. I'll try to do something with the equipment, you know, around here, and get those, you know, get those aerial views. I think it'll be pretty fun to try it here first. And then, like I said, once the spring gets here and, you know, our customers start calling again, we'll start getting out places. Hopefully I'm going to be feeling up to it. Hopefully I'll feel up to it. I'm very positive about this. And the surgeon is very positive about it too. We still don't have a date for the actual surgery yet, so I'm still waiting to hear from the VA in Wilmington for that. But things are looking pretty good, and I'm really excited to get past that and start what they are going to call the healing process is not going to be that long. So hopefully it's just going to be a once and done thing. They'll get in there, take it out, and we'll keep an eye on things. But I have a very positive outlook about all of it.